I got a new haircut. It's time to start planting the new garden. It's rainy outside, so I have to be in here, but I'm so excited about planting my next garden. Actually, it's not really the next garden, the next iteration of gardens here. I have 5 plants that I'm really super stoked about planting this year in the garden. This first one we picked up last summer when we were in the Napa area in the wine country, and we strolled on over to a town called Occidental and visited the Occidental Arts and Ecology Center nursery. And while we were there, it's a fantastic nursery. While we were there, we picked up this. It's a Hypericum perforatum. It's St. John's wort. The variety is called Topaz. So I really like this plant. I've never grown it before, but I really like St. John's wort. A neighbor of ours has it just across the road. He has a really big patch under this giant oak tree, probably a 300-year-old oak tree. It's huge. And it's so beautiful in the summer with the yellow flowers. It only grows to be about a foot or so tall. Yellow flowers on it, and it's just beautiful. And the deer leave it alone. Double score. The deer don't fight it, and it can handle the cold here. We get down into the single digits around this time of year in the winter, and it seems to handle the cold pretty well. So I'm really excited about growing this. It's known to be used by herbalists to fight depression, something I've been known to fight. And so I'm really excited about adding this to be able to grow my own St. John's wort tea is really, really exciting. I'm going to take these shoots that are looking for a place to live, and I'm going to lay them on another pot next to it. I'm going to do that here, and this other strand down here. And they'll root then, and I'll have even more plants. Occidental Arts and Ecology Center, very cool place. The larger grounds is wonderful if you can get a tour there. Sometimes they're offered. Sometimes there's a free self-guided tour across the grounds. It's an awesome permaculture center. Their nursery is open on the weekends from like April through October. Check the website out and you can see that. But that's there for you. It's awesome. The next plant we picked up while we were there, Phlox subulata. It's a moss phlox is the regular people term. It's low growing, very low growing. It's kind of prickly. It feels kind of like a spruce bush or something like that. The needles of a spruce bush or a fir tree or something like that. Kind of stickery. It's going to be used as a ground cover here. I have all kinds of need for many ground covers. This will go in a place where I'm not going to walk on it in my bare feet. It's just going to be a ground cover. Hopefully the deer will leave it alone. Hopefully it'll handle the cold. We're going to find out. If you go here and you go to Occidental, the town, you can't go to the nursery without going, well, I guess you could. Stop in Occidental, have some Italian food. There's an Italian restaurant there. Kind of Italian food, you have to take your shoes off so you can wiggle your toes. It's that good. Occidental Arts and Ecology Center. This plant, I first saw a big specimen of this maybe a couple years ago when my wife and I were in Santa Rosa, and we stopped by the Luther Burbank Museum and the Luther Burbank Demonstration Gardens. This is a prickly pear. It's a thornless prickly pear, and Mr. Burbank, Luther Burbank, if you don't know who he is, very prolific plant breeder in America, very significant for the agricultural industry in California. He made jillions of different seeds, you know, those blackberries that grow along the creeks and things, those are his. The Santa Rosa plum, that's his. All kinds of foods that we have that are his varieties. Anyway, this plant, in my research, I learned that, yeah, maybe not Luther Burbank so much. Maybe it wasn't really a plant that he developed. Maybe it's just a selection from a prickly pear that Native Americans were growing in South America. Apparently they had some Native American grown thornless prickly pear that seemed to be quite a lot like this. I love prickly pear fruits. In Spanish they're called tuna. The little round fruits that grow on this, they're just delicious. And Mexican cuisine uses the pads a lot. They'll just slice these off. They'll skin the thorn, the things that look like thorns grow out of. I don't know what they're called. They'll skin that off and chop it up and use it in a number of Mexican dishes. And since I love the Mexican food, we're going to be trying that. 1, 2, 3 plants I'm really excited about. This next plant, I got these seeds. The plants are just starting to turn green. The little plant matter there, they're just starting to pick up some green color on them. Got this from the Experimental Farm Network. I think they're in New Jersey. But they offer a number of different kinds of seeds that you don't normally see in a seed catalog. And this particular plant is a perennial kale called Grex. I love my kale. I like to have my kale in my salads. Sometimes I use the dehydrator and I'll make kale chips. But a perennial kale, well, I'm all in on a perennial kale. We're going to see how this grows here in Mountain Ranch. Should be fun. Don't know the results. The next seed, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth, number 5 is a seed packet that I got from one of my very favorite seed companies, Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds. They're in Missouri, but they have a wonderful store in Petaluma. If you're ever in that area, it's downtown, the Petaluma Seed Bank, very cool place. Garden Berry Red Wonder Wild Strawberry. Do I have to say anything else about that? Wild strawberry. I love my strawberries. We grow a lot of strawberries in a lot of different contexts here, and I'm looking forward to trying these. I dry strawberries a lot, and so that I can eat them all year long. I just love my strawberries. So that's the 5th plant that I'm really excited about. I've got prickly pear, I've got St. John's wort, I've got a phlox, I've got a perennial kale, and my wild strawberries. That's all I have today. I have to get back here and get some other seeds planted so that they'll be ready to transplant in the spring. So I'm going to do that. You take care of yourself, take care of each other, and take care of the planet. See you next time.